I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning. Throw thunder in jail. That's bad.
Killing it on the scene for a minute. Dare I say he's a DE hip-hop legend?
Right.
In the building with Team Nitty Radio, we got Mr. Richard Rowe.
Yes.
What it is, cousin?
Yeah.
How you feel, guy?
Man, I'm good.
Man.
Yeah, soul sessions, baby.
It's been years.
Yeah, it has been.
Soul sessions, yeah.
It has been.
And I was like, yo, why has it been years? And it'd be funny. I'd be like, how I'd be like,
but we run into each other all the time.
We do.
We have the same shows.
We do, yes, same shows. I can randomly see them in the streets. Like, we see each other. We out Delaware. For real. We out Delaware.
Yeah,
and it's crazy because, we live in the world, and AC learned it as he became a part of the show. Part of the Goon is now learning it as, people starting to get at home, Instagram and Facebook and all that. It's like, there's like this whole line, like, of people who want to be on the show, right? And of course, we can't fill everybody. Some people, it's a bunch of different things. Some people get on, some people don't, right? But most of them, they come to us or what have you. I mean, that's like when people get online for them Jordans when they be releasing them. You know what I mean? Yeah. But then there's some people who we are reaching out to, which that's something we don't do often. Richard Rowe is one of those people that we be reaching out to.
Talk about it.
You know what I mean? That's why I say this is deep in the rap. So first of all, like you said, Soul Sessions.
Yes.
Now, do we call this an album or what kind of
album?
Okay, Soul Sessions album.
This is my second album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how many projects have you had total before we even get into the music?
I've done a lot of work with mixtapes, but really 2 albums. This is my second official album.
Okay, Soul Sessions.
Yeah.
All right, starring Richard Rowe. Yeah. Now, first, how long in the making was this album?
2 years.
Sessions? 2 years in the making. I remember I was like, I've heard, I heard little things about it over time, but I knew it was a minute.
Well, it's the album's interesting because it's half live and half sample. So what I did was I took a lot of sample beats, the skeletons of them, and I would bring in musicians into the studio, and I would mute the sample and then let the musicians play the songs and the melodies and whatnot. So that was different for me. So I kind of put my executive producer hat on, by saying I want the trumpet to do this here, I want the sax to do this here, I want the keyboards to do this here, so it was fun.
That's what it is. Okay, so now I'm looking at the back of the CD. I see we got 17 tracks and then we got 2 bonus tracks.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what can one expect from Soul Sessions?
Soul music, the resurgence of soulful hip-hop, because I think hip-hop is going in a whole nother direction. And the music that I enjoyed was music that had soul to it, kind of like when the Dipsets were hot. And they had like these soulful melodies, and even Kanye's first couple projects, they say that's some of his best work. Common, Mos Def, that's the music that I enjoy. And I think hip hop is at its height when it has a soulful expression to it. So that's what you're going to get when you pick up this album. You're going to hear messages, a lot of messages, but I think the messages aren't like hitting you in your face like I'm trying to preach to you.
Okay, so now what was it about this that made it take like double the time? Because some people, we have artists in the studio, they're like, we put this album together, it took us about 3 months, like not a year. So I'm thinking like, well, 2 years, I mean, this is like, was he obsessive compulsive over the album? Like, what?
No, what it is? It's because I had a vision, and when you're working with live musicians, you're working on other people's schedules.
Right.
So I really took my time and said, you know what, I'm going to focus on this one song for a few weeks or even a month. And bring in the musicians, and then it's like I don't like that sound. Let me bring this sound, and that don't fit. Let's So it's a whole. The creative process takes time.
So now I will ask you this, speaking of rappers. I would say like the Commons of the world have struggled with this, the Lupes of the world have struggled with this. Where I guess what people tend to deem conscious rap, if you will. It doesn't hit the mainstream per se like how some of this other music, what they call today now, ratchet music, I guess.
Yeah.
All these other joints that, a lot of people will say set us back or, misogynist, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And, these are the songs that are on or the top of your billboards or your top of your stations and they're getting all the play. Hence, they quote unquote getting all the money.
Right.
And then it's like, what moves you to want to still try to move the music that you move if, studies, let's say, would show or statistics would show that you might not blow, like, mainstream.
Well, I think that's why I'm so comfortable in putting out this music because things are changing. I mean, if you look at the hip hop in the last few years, you look at Kendrick Lamar, you look at J. Cole, you look at Big Crit. I mean, the list goes on. Things are changing, and they're forced to deal with artists who are artistic and artists who have a message. So I think we're beginning to emerge. I think it's the perfect time for me. And also, I understand that I'm going in the direction I want to go in. I want to be in colleges. I want to speak in colleges. I want to speak to the younger generation, the kids and stuff. So this is my passion, and it's just I'm doing it through music. So knowing, you have to know exactly what you want. I know I'm not trying to go for commercial radio. I'm not trying to go for commercial success.
Okay.
But there is a success in doing what I'm doing and still being able to make money, and being able to go places and be successful at it.
Okay, cool. Now you up there selling out drinks at World Cafe Live, Queen. You know what I mean? Yeah. With your live band having self.
Yeah. That's where hip hop is going. Okay. I think it's going in that direction. Look, Rick Ross on his tour he just did. He had a live band come out. Jay has been using a live band. Kanye. So I just think things are changing.
So is that to say it's going to be death to the beat maker?
No, I think that the beat maker is still integral, but when you perform the music, I think it's better to use the live, music. So if you can sit in your house and make a beat, but then when you hear somebody to play it live, it's like, what?
It is dope.
So I think that's the wave of the future.
Because that Jay-Z Unplugged was still one of the most
that is crazy.
Highly rated Jay-Z.
And why nobody has went back to that.
Right.
Like, we need more of that. I would love to see a Nas Unplugged.
What?
I mean, come on.
Son.
That would be the craziest, but
Let me ask you this, because for the music you're making, do you ever, because I'm sure, like the same way, people receive praise and acclaim, there's also always a flip side to it.
Yeah.
Do you ever get people saying things you like, man,
of course.
Come on, Malcolm, get out of here.
Exactly.
And how does that not get you? Because I would imagine, I would see it as being frustrating if it's like, I'm trying to drop this message. I'm trying to let empower our people, if you will. Because we talk about it all the time. We setting ourselves back how many years when something happens. Or we talk about when the Flavor Flav or whatever's your new reality show happens. It's like, oh man.
I know.
And then it's like when somebody's trying to drop this message, here's the beauty of black people. We were kings, things like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't get frustrating when you have people like, man, come on now.
It does, but I've learned over the years to take that as a challenge to say, okay, this is a challenge. How can I be effective in teaching you something? Maybe it's not going to be through music. Maybe it will be through another means. Here's people who came to my album release party, right? I had people coming with that mentality.
Okay.
And they left like, okay, seeing the music perform live or seeing it different, like maybe they can't digest it coming from a song, just hearing a song. But if I perform it, that's a different effect.
Okay.
So just it's a challenge to try to be effective in different ways. So I don't get as upset as I used to. I know some people are not going to change.
Right.
And some people don't want to hear it.
Okay. But what's your opinion on the current state of hip hop?
I like it.
Where it is now.
Yeah, I like it.
And that is because a lot of people you walked in, I know you hear it all the time. You see hip hop. Yo, hip hop sucks now. All we got is this, whatever music.
The people who say that, they don't search. Hip hop, good hip hop used to be on the radio. It's not there, so you have to be creative. You have to search other avenues. It's there. It's out there. These artists that I mentioned, they're not played on Power 99 or terrestrial radio nonstop.
Right.
But they're out there and they're making music and they're touring, and people are buying into what they have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So I love hip hop.
Now this is a little off topic, kind of, sort of, maybe. Is it me, or is Richard Raw on his sweater? Is that him on his own sweater right there? I can't see clear over
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Is Richard Raw rapping on his own sweater?
Starring Richard Raw.
Or is it just
all
me?
about Brandon.
Yo, son.
That is dope. Son.
Word up.
I wanted to cut you off. I said, hold on.
Yeah.
First I only saw the top, so I didn't know. I saw the glasses. I was like, maybe it was Ray Charles. That's his beard that he has right now.
All I kept seeing was the SO, so I was like, maybe homie got on like a Soul Train, but I wasn't sure. But
He got his beard that he has on his face now on that sweater. Yo, that's dope.
Son, that's on the website, right?
Yeah.
Yo.
My man.
I mean, that's the learning experience. It's learning how to brand yourself and learning how to, go to events with you on your shirt. And people are like,
Yo.
that's interesting.
Don't ever let me find myself on a shirt.
Uh-oh.
I'm wearing that shirt 7 days a week.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna be crazy faded.
Yes.
So like,
Yes, my
that's
nigga,
the same
my
one
nigga plate gonna look like
inviting.
this.
Oh!
It's gonna look like the strong hand.
The fingers.
I'm gonna wear that shirt so much. What?
My lyrics is like the spirit of Moses up in the Bible. These rappers are suicidal, might as well kill yourself. I got the lyrics that'll heal yourself. You heard what we said, hip hop is dead. They say nah, I said it, but this is where I edit. Cause hip hop's alive, you can see me straight on my shirt. MCs better stop it, I'm a prophet. You better mess around and get murked, yes. A little mess up, but that's okay. So and this is a crazy day. We came and there was a lot of traffic. We didn't think we would get here, but we got it. Yeah, we got it. These beats is melodic. And I remember this way back. Not as long as A-Track, Walkmans, I'm talking, you listen. My flow is just a glisten, so picture this. Lyrics is ridiculous. Admit it, I did it. You get acquitted with this verbal.
Yo, not as way back as 8 tracks. Oh, Walkman.
I heard it.
That is a free. Now look.
That was a freestyle.
Artists.
That wasn't prepared.
Artists, please pay attention. That's a freestyle.
It's literally the definition of a freestyle.
My man literally just talked about his shirt.
Yeah.
The traffic.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And A-Track walk, like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, that's a freestyle.
Yeah.
Like, don't come here talking about, yo, I'm spitting a freestyle, and it's the verse from your last recent mixtape.
Not only that, but when you can spit a freestyle and your man co-sign and chime in every third word. Did y'all practice in the car? Did y'all practice in the car? What you doing?
They be knowing the whole bar.
Like, come on, son.
Yeah.
That's an ad-lib, B.
But I just did that.
Yeah. And you know, no knock to you if you come with your written, just don't call it a freestyle.
Don't call it a
Be like, I
freestyle.
just came one of my verses. Oh, my man, shout out to JCD, locked in with Team Nitty Radio. He said he's feeling, which track did he say?
Oh, the natural high. He said, I like that joint.
Shout out to Sean, locked in with Team Nitty Radio, man. Yo,